In the early days of radio, performances were usually broadcast live from their studios, often in front of live audiences. This practice was called potted palm music. Throughout the 1930s and 40s, different varieties of radio programs began to emerge. Quiz shows, children's programs, dramas like Betty and Bob, and comedies like Amos and Andy and Beulah became exceedingly popular. Radio stations started to specialize in playing different genres of music. There was an influx of popularity for radio when rock and roll first appeared. What boosted the craze even more were music-related shows like Soul Train and American Bandstand. Current genres in radio production include music, news, sports, and talk shows. Non-commercial radio began when Congress created the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, or CPB, in 1968, which then went on to create the National Public Radio, or NPR. Local radio stations produce their own community programs and pay for them themselves. Some radio stations will subscribe to network and syndicated programs, which are typically delivered by satellite. The programs are scheduled by hot clocks and program wheels. The program director schedules and plays music and sets the rotation. Television programs have a much wider variety of genres. They can be split into two categories, narrative and non-narrative. Narrative programs include anthologies, dramas, sitcoms, serials, and made-for-TV movies. Non-narrative programs include variety shows, game or quiz shows, reality shows, sports, late-night talk shows, news, and children's programs. Non-commercial programs became available when the CPB created the Public Broadcasting Service, or PBS. The TV show creating process begins with a treatment, or a summary of the show and the characters. The treatment is pitched to a production company, and then a pilot episode is created. Networks usually get broadcast rights from independent producers. Cable networks often produce their own content. Syndicators are companies that distribute programs to local stations, cable, and others. The two types of syndicators are first-run and off-network. Different types of channels produce different types of programs. Primetime programs appeal to all ages and demographics, while non-primetime programs are cheaper and seen by a smaller audience. Cable programs are specialized and can include premium and subscriptions.